In the state of Maine, the governor decided to boost his popularity, but not with a typical speech or an economic program. He decided to bake the world's biggest apple pie. He announced that this gigantic pie would not only make the state proud, but that every citizen could enjoy it as well. Excited, the governor opened a huge cookbook and tried to understand the recipe. But every page was full of complicated equations. How do I measure a ton of flour? And how many eggs do I need? He scratched his head in confusion, while the kitchen around him was covered in flour, broken eggs, and rolling apples. When it was time to collect the apples, the governor realized that all the apples had disappeared. He put on a detective hat and began interrogating the townspeople, who saw the apples last. Meanwhile, a mischievous squirrel was spotted in the corner, slowly sneaking away with a bag full of apples. The governor, along with the townspeople, went to the apple orchard to gather fresh apples. But there was one big problem: most of the apples were way up high in the trees. One citizen brought over an extremely tall ladder, and the governor climbed it to pick the highest apple. Just as he reached the apple, a playful squirrel snatched it away, and the governor nearly fell off the ladder. Luckily, the townspeople were standing below with a giant safety net. After much effort, the apples were ready, and the governor turned on the oven. But suddenly, thick black smoke started pouring out of the oven, and a small fire broke out. He frantically searched for the fire extinguisher but accidentally held it upside down. Finally, a firefighter rushed in and took control of the situation. With the help of the people, the giant apple pie was finally ready. The governor, still wearing his chef hat and apron, stood at an official meeting, laying out the giant pie project on a table, while other politicians stared at him in disbelief. But when the pie was placed in the town square, everything changed. People were thrilled, the town was filled with joy, and the governor proudly sliced the first piece. While everyone celebrated, the squirrel quietly snuck away with a piece of pie in the background. After this adventure, the governor's popularity skyrocketed. People not only ate delicious apple pie, but they also had a lot of fun. Of course, the governor was still chasing after that mischievous squirrel. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. With your support, we can create even more stories and bring tons of fun moments to you.